Hi everybody, Purim Sameach. A happy Purim to you all. On the lead up to Purim, we decided that we wanted to be able to focus on some of the areas where the Jews once lived before moving to Israel and various other places. And of course, if we look at the Megillah, we know of a very famous statement in the first line of the Megillah. It talks about Ahasuerus' kingdom. It talks about 127 countries that he ruled over, from a place called Hodu ad Kush. Many of those places we know. Many of those places, as we said, Jews lived in. One of them that we need to focus on, of course, was the capital. Ahasuerus lived in a place called Shushan. And we know Shushan comes up time and again within our history. Even to the point that in the Bet HaMikdash, in the temple, there was a gate that was known as Shah Shushan. The second temple had this gate, known as the Gate of Shushan. So Shushan is quite prominent for us. We found remnants of palaces that take place in Shushan. Another major figure within Judaism that would have been in Shushan was a man called Daniel, who worked in the palaces as well. His burial place to this day, even revered by the Iranians, is in Shushan. Shushan is not called Shushan any longer, it's called Shushan. You would expect that you would also find something about Esther and about Mordechai in Shushan, but they're not there. For us to understand that, we have to go south. Over 100 kilometers south, we'll get to a place called Hamadan. We know of that from the 11th century. A man called Binyamin Tudela tells us that there's a grave of Esther and Mordechai in Hamadan. And Jews are going to that place over there. And we know it also from the 14th and the 16th century, where Jews will be going there. And as they do in the Kotel, you might have seen at the Western Wall, people put in notes at the Western Wall. They're putting notes into the area over there. So it's told to us very early on. This year, unfortunately, not all of us will be in synagogues to read Megillah. Many of us will be outside. But you should know the custom of Iranian Jews has for many, many, many years been to go to Hamadan to be able to speak about the Megillah there and read the Megillah in the grave. What are they doing over 100 kilometers down south from here? Why are they there? So the only reason that we have an understanding is this. When Ahasuerus dies, of course Haman is killed. Ahasuerus dies, Esther and Mordechai are then pursued by the descendants of Haman. And they have to run from the place and go down towards the area of Hamadan. They die in Hamadan and they're finally buried there. Hamadan is the traditional place of Esther and Mordechai. It's the place where we can go back to and remember what took place there. After 2,500 years of the remnants of when Kush allowed the Jews to come back to the land of Israel, and to start to rebuild, by the way, the temple. In the 1970s, we rebuilt the tomb in Hamadan as well. A man from Los Angeles came, gave the money, rebuilt the tomb, made it very beautiful there. To this very day, you can go and visit that place over there. And still those Jews who are living in Iran, because they are, even though we have many Jewish communities all around the world who are from Iran, but there are still Jews that are there. Come Friday, they'll be in that grave too. Come Friday, they'll be our emissaries to go to see Mordechai and Esther and pray at those places. Have the most amazing time.